You know what? Speaking of things that are hot, though,
Oh, okay.
there's a hot neighborhood
Is there?
in Cleveland
I
right
think
now.
there are a few, but I think you've got one in particular.
You're right. There are a lot of them. We're so lucky to live here in Northeast Ohio with so many incredible neighborhoods. But this one you probably heard of. It's called Hingetown. The name's probably been coming up more and more over the last few years as people talk about those cool neighborhoods to check out in town, or kind of where those cool new stores and restaurants are popping up. But creating this unique community between the Gordon Square Arts District and Ohio City's historic West 25th Street has taken passion and perseverance. So here's a look at the making of Hingetown.
I love thinking about, like, how could you use this space in a different way? How could you use it in a way that would, create interesting public spaces and amenities for communities?
When it comes to creative vision, Marika Shioidi-Clark has enough of it to build a city, or Ohio City specifically.
Whenever new businesses come in, it's exciting just as kind of, from a real estate or neighborhood development perspective, but it also means that we personally are able to then use that business.
Marika and her husband, Graham Veysey, are residents of the Hingetown community in Ohio City. Their connection to the neighborhood runs deep.
There was a real need to add some additional vitality after some years of disinvestment.
The two are Hingetown's neighborhood developers. The couple, along with others, have helped transform an area that once housed warehouses and a smattering of empty storefronts and neglected buildings into the bustling, trendy community known as Hingetown. And it all started here, at the corner of Church Avenue and West 29th.
This part of the firehouse was built in 1854.
In 2011, Graham was looking for an office living space hybrid.
We fell in love with the history of the building, but also the potential for everything around it.
The pair revamped it and moved in, celebrating its position as a cornerstone of the city of Ohio in the 1800s. Looking out from the firehouse, they realized there was more work to be done.
It felt like a place where somebody like me, who was not coming in as a very wealthy person, but was coming in as a person with a lot of enthusiasm and ideas, could actually kind of sink my teeth in and make a difference in a neighborhood.
Next, the couple bought the half-empty Strybinger block, dating back to 1919, before taking on the old print shop nearby and creating the Church and State Apartments.
And so this is a massive apartment project now, but you're saying at one point this was just a parking lot?
Yep.
Graham and Marika make clear the transformation of this area from disinvestment to thriving hub was a team effort, as others saw the potential too, like Fred and Laura Bidwell, who also worked on the Strybinger project and bought the Van Roy Coffee Building on the corner of Detroit and West 29th, creating a space for creatives and artists.
It was rough and ready, and the neighborhood had great bones. We could see that, but really what convinced us was this beautiful building.
They also bought the transformer station, built in 1924 to power street trolleys. Now it's a contemporary art museum.
This is a real dense urban environment where people are living, working, having fun, and are out and about in a way that you just don't see in the suburbs.
Creating that kind of environment also hinges on the businesses in the neighborhood. Folks like Brandon Sittler and Jeff Zelmer, owners of Urban Orchid, located in the firehouse. They were one of the first businesses to move in.
And Graham came up to us with this crazy idea to open up in this new area called Hingetown, which we didn't know what he was talking about.
That crazy idea worked out. Now Hingetown is Urban Orchid's home.
It's crazy to think we went from, 5 little shops on a corner to the mecca that it is right now.
From some of the longtime residents to the newest additions, found in the building with the tiger mural.
You just see the passionate owners here, and you really want to be a part of that. It really is sort of a real community.
Doug Katz and Todd Thompson are the masterminds behind Amba. They'd been in talks with Graham to come to Hingetown for years. They credit Graham and Marika's development of the area and the neighborhood's diversity and sense of community with drawing them in.
You can just feel the excitement in this neighborhood and the way people really support it and want to be a part of it. And why wouldn't we want to be a part of that?
A spark that started with a firehouse over a decade ago, stoked with collaboration and creativity, and a vision for a walkable, vibrant community. Hingetown has grown into a bigger blaze than they could have imagined.
I think that's the best part, is that it kind of takes on a life of its own and you're just like, okay, great, we're kind of also just along for the ride.
There's such a passion for place, from neighbors who have lived here for 40 years to neighbors who have lived here for 4 months, but that having everybody in an urban environment together is a really beautiful thing.
But that's not all that's popping up in the Hingetown neighborhood. We have a little extension of the story this morning to show you some of the newest spaces and businesses in Hingetown. City Goods at the Creative Hangars.
That's right, and our very own Kiera Cotton is live and local for us at one of them. Kiera, explain what these businesses are.
Hey guys, good morning. As Isabel mentioned so much in her package this morning, the Hingetown neighborhood is all about fostering community and creativity. So that's why the creation of these low-cost creative spaces was so important for artists, businesses, and residents. But joining me right now is one of those business owners, Brittany Benton. Brittany, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. It's a weekend right here in Cleveland, and, you know, I'm just glad to get an early start to the day.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And tell people a little bit at home about Brittany's Record Shop and how you got started.
Brittany's Record Shop is an all-vinyl shop where I focus on hip-hop, reggae, soul, jazz, and just anything funky. And, you know, as a DJ and a producer myself, I wanted it to be an extension of, like, my attic, basically.
Amazing. And tell me how you got involved here with the spaces here in Hingetown.
Well, Sam Friedman and Liz Painter of City Goods had reached out to me and said that my brand would be a good fit for what they were trying to put together here. And yeah, we just hit the floor running from there and just, you know, started putting some ideas together, and I'm up here in the mezzanine now.
And you guys have been open for about 3 weeks. Can you speak a little bit about the reaction that you've gotten from the community thus far?
My initial reaction was a resounding just celebration, because my first shop was founded just a block over. So just glad to be back in the neighborhood, you know.
Thank you. And again, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on opening this new location. If you guys at home are interested in checking out Brittany's Record Shop, she is located at 1434 West 28th Street. It's a subdivision of Ohio City. So if you know where Ohio City is, just go a few blocks over. And she is open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 to 7. You can also find more information at Brittany'sRecordShop.com. And again, this Hingetown neighborhood is just bursting with new and exciting things. And this is just one of the few shops, one of dozens of shops here in this development that you guys can check out.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kara. Love to see the neighborhoods that are supporting these local artisans and entrepreneurs here like they are here.
Oh, yeah.
All righty. Thanks so much, Key. Well, you know what? I think it's a nice day if you wanted to go out and check out some of those shops to maybe bundle up. Yeah, take a stroll, do some shopping, Peyton.